Alright, so before we go to the battle tent, there's one last house we need to visit, though I don't think there's anything special in there. And yeah, we get the rundown on the Elite Four as if we hadn't been there twice before. And yeah, you have to battle all the Elite Four in a row, but they never say anything about the surprise battle at the end against the champion. So effectively, you gotta win 5 battles in a row. That's false advertising, but I guess if you prepare yourself for 4 battles and you're not an experienced player, you might be surprised at the end. There's a 5th battle that's tougher than all of the others. So anyway, this is the battle tent of Verdanturf, and just like the Slateport battle tent is a Chibi battle factory, this one is a Chibi battle palace. Now the way the battle palace and this battle tent work is that you have no control whatsoever of your Pokemon. So as you can imagine, that's not my favorite attraction, and I don't think it's yours either. If you like the Battle Palace, well, I'm not gonna question your taste, but, well, I say you are part of a dying breed. So, I just got the Attract TM from that girl, which I'm not planning on using because, well, Attract was only ever really useful in the first mystery dungeon because there were no genders in that game, so Attract worked on everything. But anyway, those are the rules of the battle tent. Anyway, the basics of the battle tent is that, well, we're probably gonna read about it, is that, yeah, you have no control over what your Pokemon does. It depends on the Pokemon's nature, whether it's going to use attacking move, defensive moves, or support moves. So, yeah, that's exactly what this billboard is saying, and it depends on the nature. There's a chart on Cerebi that details whether a certain nature will prefer to do attack or defense or support. So, yeah, once again, this is getting pretty redundant, the whole attack, defense, support thing, but you might be surprised to learn that something like an adamant nature isn't all that keen to attack. And, yeah, okay, now, oh well, I pretty much explained it all. The rest of the rules are pretty much the same as in the first battle tent. That is, there's species clause, item clause, and everything. And yeah, there's something that I didn't mention is that when your Pokemon's HP gets in the red, it will completely change strategies. What I said about attack, defense, and support doesn't apply anymore. It really starts getting in a whole new mode where it can start using another type of moves entirely when it's in danger. And there was something else I wanted to say about it, but I'm completely forgetting about it. Show me how to put a little excitement into my life. Are you having boring tuna? Because that might be the problem. Oh yeah, I remember now what I wanted to say about the battle tent. Is that, you see, in Slateport, there were only rentals, so everything was level 30. But in the other 2 battle tents, if your Pokemon are below level 30, they will stay where they are, and your opponents will have Pokemon at level 30. So it's not recommended to take on the last 2 battle tents as soon as you get there, because right now I have only 2 Pokemon and they're not even level 30. They're not fully evolved either, so it's a tremendous handicap at that point in the game. So that's another reason why I'm not battling there right now, because I'd probably get my ass handed to me, especially since I have an unevolved Kirlia right now. But anyway, if you have Pokemon over level 30, then your opponents will have Pokemon at a level that matches your highest level. So that's about it for the battle tent in Verdanturf. We're going to cover the one in Fall Arbor when we get there, which is the next city, by the way. So anyway, there's another attraction right here on Route 111 that's called the Trainer Hill. And yet the entrance is right there. It's not there in Ruby and Sapphire. It's only in Emerald once again. And I looked it up on the internet to make sure that I wasn't mixing it up with something else. And yes, it's not open yet. You have to wait until you've beaten the Elite Four. might as well have made this a Battle Frontier attraction, except not, because it functions radically differently than in the Battle Frontier. The way this thing works, essentially, it's very similar to the Battle Tower in Fire Red and Leaf Green. What you do is that you battle through 4 floors. There's 1 double battle per floor, though sometimes you can take on the trainers one by one. So you beat those trainers, and depending on how fast or how slowly you go, you see the high scores right there. Oh, okay, now I don't think she's gonna let me pass because, yeah, it's still closed for the time being. So, depending on how long you take to beat this whole thing, you're gonna get a prize at the end. And the only prizes that are interesting are the ones that you get for beating the last 2 difficulty levels. There are 4 in total, under 12 minutes. You can get extra copies of Giga Drain and Brick Break TMs, so definitely something to check out if you've got a good team that's capable of beating equally good teams, because I'm warning you there, what awaits you in that trainer hill isn't some in-game crap. Those are fully evolved, strong Pokemon, especially at the later difficulties. And if you fail to beat the trainer hill in 12 minutes, you get a crappy prize that can range from a Great Ball to an Elixir, though the Elixir isn't half bad, but the rest is just plain crap. Having a Great Ball for getting through 4 tough battles is just plain insulting, especially since one Great Ball only costs like 600 bucks. So there's also another thing about the trainer hill. You can go back down to heal yourself at the Pokemon Center that you saw me heal myself at, but it takes away a lot of your time. The timer doesn't stop when you go to buy items downstairs or heal up yourself. So it might be a better idea to buy items to heal yourself with if you're really going for a fast time. And this right here is another, well, I wouldn't say an attraction, it's a little challenge of sorts. It's exactly as he says. He is going to take you on, and after that, 3 other members of his family are going to take you on as well. So it's kind of like an Elite Four simulation that I'd call this. But of course, the trainers are weak, unlike the Elite Four. They're standard in-game crap. So yeah, it's basically just for show, I guess, just for giving you some experience, maybe ease you into the concept of the Elite Four, even though the game doesn't outright tell you that it's basically the same concept as the Elite Four. Though in the Elite Four, this isn't quite true. You're at least allowed to heal up between battles, change your lead. Here, you cannot change your lead at all. You can't, just like the Kimono Girls in Hard Gold and Soul Silver. Alright, so now I've beaten the first trainer, so I'm gonna be thrust into battle with the second one right away. And yes, this is the Winstrate family, by the way. Get it? Winstrate? Get straight wins against the family? At least I think this is where the name comes from. And although you're fighting only 4 trainers right now, this is a family of 5. But the 5th trainer isn't here. He's a cool trainer in Victory Road. I'm spoiling this to you right now because there's nothing that will tell you that this guy over in Victory Road is actually the lost 5th Winstrate. But for now, we're running a bit low on time, so I'm just gonna let her warn the others that there's a really strong trainer here. And in the next video, we're gonna complete the 4 straight wins challenge.